Smart Medicine, brought to you by CHRISTUS Cabrini Hospital.
Dr. Louis Benjamin joins us today. He's the medical director here at CHRISTUS St. Francis Cabrini Hospital Emergency Room. Extreme heat outside can lead to extreme illnesses.
With this, the weather that we have here in Louisiana, this time of year, it lends itself to extreme temperatures. It's something we're seeing all around the country. And we've seen our share of patients who have come in because of heat-related disease.
What are you seeing?
Primarily in the elderly, we see they're a lot more susceptible to having these problems. Very young kids, especially infants and children under the age of 3, they have a little bit of more difficult time regulating their bodies and regulating their temperature. And other folks are, things that we don't think about. Athletes who are out in training in this heat, they're trying to impress the coach and trying to be tough. But that could run into trouble, even to the point of from heat exhaustion to heat stroke. So those are the primary people that we see who are still having these problems.
What do you want to tell the public out there? How do we take care of our families?
Things that we could do that are common sense. Number one is hydrate yourself, increase your water intake. Make sure you're getting enough fluids, and that should be done by everybody, especially the elderly and young children. Number two, stay out of the heat. You want to stay for the majority of the day in a cool place where there's air conditioning and you're in the shade. And number three, if you start to have any problems, with confusion, sweating, you don't feel well, you want to make sure you come and get the attention of a physician or a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant here. And also think about your neighbor. There are people out in this community who don't have air conditioning. Make sure that someone's checking on them and try to protect those folks as well.
Smart Medicine, brought to you by CHRISTUS Cabrini Hospital.